Hi, my name is Gerhard Gschwandtner and welcome to Selling Power TV. Today we have the pleasure of speaking with Norman Bihar. He's Managing Director and CEO of the Sales Readiness Group. Norman, welcome.
Thank you, Gerhard. Great to be back with you today.
You just gave me a copy of your wonderful new book, The High Impact Sales Manager. Why this book?
Gerhard, we obviously have a very strong sales management training program, and what we saw in the market today is that most of the books that deal with management are very theoretical, and our program and our offering is really much more practical. And so we felt we could take and what we've learned at the Sales Readiness Group based on our personal experience over the past 30 years, and also our very robust training program, and really create a very practical guide that managers can immediately apply to become a high-impact sales manager.
So what makes this book unique?
I think what makes the book unique is that most sales managers kind of have two potential strengths and liabilities. And what I mean by that is that most sales managers probably came up from the sales ranks, and so they have what I would call a sales mindset, which is a great thing when you're selling. It's really about your own personal skills, your prospecting skills, your ability to build relationships, identify priorities, ask the right questions, manage objections. And then when you shift to management, it's really about a different skill set. It's important to have those skills that you learned as a sales professional for coaching, but you need some new skills in terms of how do you manage performance, how do you manage a sales pipeline, how do you hire the right people, how do you make yourself a great coach, and it's really about success through others. So that's one aspect, and I think the other aspect is that managers have a lot of day-to-day responsibilities, and so on those day-to-day responsibilities, they could be responding to urgent requests from their boss, they could be resolving customer issues or complaints. Salespeople aren't the easiest to manage always, so they may have a lot of personnel issues, and so they're somewhat stuck in a daily grind. And so the idea behind this book was really to help them make the shift to really become a much more effective high-impact manager by being able to hire the right people and hold them accountable, being able to manage a sales pipeline and produce accurate sales forecasts, being able to manage performance, not just based on results, because that's rear view looking, but really look at those leading indicators of performance, become a much better coach, and obviously a much better leader, and really learn how to lead and inspire others.
Right. So define high impact for me. You gave a few examples, but what is the umbrella philosophy of a high impact manager?
So I'd say the philosophy is that there are 5 essential elements of being a high impact sales manager. Number 1 is being able to hire the right people and hold them accountable. Obviously, if you have the right people on your team, it's a lot easier to manage them. Another is being able to manage performance. So you'll be able to manage sales performance is probably a manager's most important responsibility. Being able to manage the sales pipeline and produce an accurate forecast, because managers are held accountable to a number. Being able to effectively coach people, and then being able to lead and inspire them. And so those 5 elements really define the high impact sales manager.
I understand the 5 categories, if you will, but how do you get them to that level?
I think the key is really getting them to transcend the daily grind. So they are stuck in this mindset of all the urgent things they have to do, but those are not necessarily the most important functions of a sales manager. And I think because they came from that sales background, they were really used to doing things themselves, as opposed to learning how to empower other people to drive success. So in a nutshell, the high impact sales manager is able to drive success in their organization by empowering and inspiring the teams that work for them.
And what are some of the things that managers should look for to prevent sort of performance blocks? What holds them back?
I think they have to kind of keep their eye on these 5 priorities and say, are these things that I'm doing really that urgent, or can they be compartmentalized? Can I delegate? How do I take some of those day-to-day items that I'm doing and make sure that by the end of the week, I'm not just kind of repeating the cycle next week. So next Monday morning I come in and I'm back in that daily grind. I think if there's just an awareness that I have 5 key responsibilities as a manager, and I do those responsibilities well, I'll have a much more empowered, inspired, and successful sales team.
Right. So is the book available on Amazon.com now?
The book is available on Amazon, and you can order it Amazon both in a physical copy or as a Kindle version.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Gerhard.